Here.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Jernigan. I am Frank Jernigan, also known as Phrancko, and this is the Phrancko Sweater Knitters meeting. Boy, am I tongue-tied today or what?
Wow.
So, let me just introduce everybody and try to stop talking. Hi, Sandra.
Hello.
Hi, Rendell.
Hi there.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sumner.
Hi.
Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Hi, Wally.
Hi, how we doing?
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
How are you all this week?
Good.
Very good. And you?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm doing really well, thanks.
Oh, good.
Good.
How's your husband?
He's on the mend. He's considered himself well for several days, but he still coughs.
Mm.
And I think I got a touch of it, but it didn't really make me sick. I still have a little hoarseness in my throat that you might be able to hear. And I had a little bit of a cough, but I never felt sick and I never stayed in bed. He was in bed for several days. It was really
Oh,
bad.
wow.
And we don't know what it was, but we're better. And I'm feeling really healthy. I feel good.
Good.
That's good.
Is that a new sweater, Frank, that you're wearing?
Oh no, I've worn this many times. This is
Oh, apologies.
this is the I called it dual
Oh.
gradients pattern.
Hmm.
Um, it's two strands of gradients in both places, working two strands together of
Okay.
fingering weight yarn. And the way I created it is I started everything from the same end at the neck and went down to the place where the separation happened. And then I switched ends and started going from there on both the sleeves and the body. And by doing that, I was able to make it all match between the body and the sleeves.
That's a great idea.
The pattern is published and cast on. Um, well, why don't you all talk and I'll go see if I can find out what issue that was. Okay, talk.
Talk amongst yourself, mill around a little.
So, Sandra, how far have you gotten with the sweater?
I have not moved any further with the sweater because I have to two things. I have to go back and I kept the sleeves consistent to a certain point, and then I'm going to double check that my decreases match my gauge how I'm actually knitting it with
Hmm.
my double points. So that needs I need some quiet time. I haven't or I didn't make it. And but then what I've been trying to do is because of my new friendship with Brenda, she seems to finish projects, which is a novel idea for me, right?
Yeah.
I finish things, it's just not real timely. I just finished, right? So she finished something, and so I thought I will get back onto my husband's sweater that I've been knitting for a year and a half. And it's a Rowan pattern, and
Oh, nice.
it's my first one where it's bottom up in pieces. So you
Hmm.
knit the back, you knit the sleeves. And I mentioned it on the podcast 6 weeks or so ago that I stopped because now it was time to put the sleeves in, and I was afraid the sleeves wouldn't fit, and then I'd be all upset. It's just easier not to do it, you know. So anyway,
But the schematic in the back, Rowan always has a schematic
Yeah.
on the back of their pattern.
of course, my gauge was different. I did all the math, whatever, but it's fine. So, and then my husband lost weight, which was not fair. But you know,
Which is not fair.
all. And so over a year and a half, he's a little bit smaller. And but you know, I can't fix the sweater because I'd already knit the front back and that whole bit. But anyway, here it is.
Oh,
Oh, how nice. That's a lovely
oh,
color.
very nice.
Is
Yeah.
that like plum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes. That is really nice.
It is so pretty.
Oh, nice
Oh, I
pattern.
love
Yeah.
that.
Such a
Yeah.
lovely.
Look at that. Wow.
Gorgeous.
So
Yeah.
it's a moss stitch. There's two, no, it's one. 2 rows, the same knit, purl. The next 2 rows, you flip the knit, purl.
Right.
Double
Whatever.
more.
Double
Okay.
moss.
And then right here, either we've got like 10 sets here, 5 sets there. And this was just purl across, and then on the back side, you purl across, which created a knit.
Mm.
What, and you know, it's real subtle. It's real pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
it comes
nice.
out
It
real
is
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, that's gorgeous.
What's the color of that yarn?
It is, well, it's Kelburn Scout yarn. Maybe
Oh, I
it's,
love Scout. Yeah.
it's their, maybe it's mulberry, but I'm kind of just making that up. I don't know. But so what I did is I know how to sew. I've sewn a lot in my past life. And I thought, Rowan said, you know, when you finish everything, it says sew up the edges. And then it didn't tell me how or
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want you to mattress stitch the edges.
okay. So I mattress stitched my sleeve. They wanted me to sew the arm, sew the sleeve in, and then sew from the cuff all the way up to the armpit and then back down.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I was thinking that could create a big bulk of seam edging under the armpit with all of that going on. I preferred doing a set-in sleeve. So I sewed up the sleeve, sewed up the body, and then put the sleeves inside
Right.
and then basted.
Mhm.
And now I'm doing a back stitch because
Mm.
that's how Andrea Fruity Knitting does it.
Mhm.
Right. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it really makes that big a difference or not. But anyway, I'm very happy with it. It fits me, so somebody can wear it.
The color is really very nice though.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so rich looking. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Gorgeous.
So it really is. However,
So you can put it on and say, honey, here's the sweater I made you.
Yeah.
Right.
and for anyone who watches this and they're like, you think you just knit a sweater and it all turns out I've knit 5 sleeves before I got the sleeve figured out.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Because of my gait, well, something was changing. And first my sleeve looked like it was going to fit Shrek. You know, it was just, and then my ribbing was too tight and this and that. But I got my sleeves done and I'm okay with it because you learn a lot of stuff. Patience, that's what you learn. You learn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow, right at the end of winter. So we can
yeah.
several weeks, and then I'm back on Andy's sweater because I'm finishing my projects because I have a new friend.
It was a great influence.
Yes.
That is-
Good for you, Rendell.
Yeah,
Good
go to
influence
it.
on your friend.
I was gonna chicken out and because I wasn't happy with it. I just wasn't happy
Oh,
with
your
it.
first project?
My first project, and I wasn't happy with it. And then I said, maybe I shouldn't finish it. And then I thought about the pressure that I had placed on Sandra, and I said, I don't know how it comes. And I texted her and I said, I don't care really how it comes out. And I see so many imperfections, but that's okay. I said, I won't point out. I'll point out. I said, I won't point out any. And I actually kind of like it better
Oh,
than
it's
I
so cute.
thought that I
Well,
would.
show it to him.
Oh.
It's so cute. I mean, she started out with hairy acrylic, slippery as all get out, slippery. And look what she created.
Oh, how
Oh,
nice. Look at
Very
that.
nice.
Wow.
Love that.
Oh, that's very
That's-
nice.
That is nice.
That's
Very
Good for
nice.
you.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Okay, shoot up your face and it will.
Mm.
very pretty too. I
Yes.
Looks very soft.
Yep.
like the gradient of, or, movement of the color.
Mm.
Yeah.
Show the yarn.
Oh.
It's drop dead gorgeous.
This,
Mhm.
okay.
This is the yarn.
Oh, yeah, I've used that.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I mean, Hurston's style is. I'm going to learn a lot from Hurston's style. And then she went and bought some alpaca
Mhm.
Mm,
Mm.
off of
that's
it.
lovely.
She got,
Yeah, that's a nice color too.
and she's swatching. She's such a good student.
Comes from not knowing what you're doing. So, when you don't know what you're doing, you become a little bit more daring. And
Yeah.
as you get older and you learn something and you become a little bit more cautious. I don't know anything, so I just try anything.
That's right.
Don't lose that.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Next week, if it's not too hot, I will wear my husband's sweater.
Yay. We look forward to it.
Phrancko, right?
So I found the pattern on Ravelry for this sweater that you were asking about. And it's published in the Cast On magazine for the winter 2020 to 2021.
Okay.
This is what it looks like in the magazine.
Mhm.
Oh.
And what yarn did you use?
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh, it must be written here, right? Oh yeah, Apple Tree Knits plush fingering gradient. 2 strands held together.
Hmm.
So is it really thin? Oh,
Well,
I
it's
had-
fingering weight. One's fingering weight or light fingering weight. I'm not sure which. But when you hold them together, it knits up at 21 stitches per inch, which is like DK.
okay. Okay. That's really pretty. So can you tell me, how do you get Cast On
You
magazine?
go to tkga.org and you join the organization for, I think it's $35 a year. And that gets you the magazine, all 4 new issues that come out, and also all of the back issues that they have online, which go back for years. So it's just a huge value. It's the best value of anything on the web, I think,
Oh, yeah.
because you get so many patterns and so many educational articles and access to even more things like the annual retreat that's held in November and the annual what's it called? Next Level Knitting Conference, which is online, which is coming up in a few weeks. I mean, you have to pay for those extra things, but you get the magazine for free and you get all the back issues for free.
There's something else.
$35.
Something else you get is access to the monthly, or is it every other month, Zoom meetings.
Yes, that's right.
And I think several times, I'm not exactly sure of the whole, the one today, I went to one today and it was a social one and we just chatted in little groups, but they also have fantastic presentations. The one on Knit Companion was amazing.
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed that myself.
And Arinda's going to do one on publishing, I think in May, talking about how to get things published. I don't know whether I'll be going to that one or not because I won't be sending anything in for publication to anybody, but I think that's an interesting thing to know about.
Yeah.
So are the rest of you guys members and get the?
Mm.
Get
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a member.
Yeah.
oh,
I'm not a member yet.
okay.
And
We'll have
are you a member of Ravelry.com, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on Ravelry. I mean, it seems like every knitter who even just picks up knitting needles and starts to learn joins Ravelry. I mean, it's
Mhm.
you can't say you're a knitter if you're not a member of Ravelry. Well, I feel it's the same way for TKGA. If you're wanting to go beyond just how to do a knit and purl stitch, you want to join tkga.org.
Mhm.
Okay, so going back to Ravelry, is there some other website that is probably maybe not as robust as Ravelry, but other people are posting their patterns and information on that as well? Or Ravelry have they just saturated the market?
I don't know.
There's Knitting Paradise that's online too.
Knitting Paradise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Ravelry is probably the most
Yeah,
robust
Ravelry is
as
the
a
most.
database. They have a
Yeah.
monopoly pretty much.
Yeah.
Some of the other places people post their patterns, of course, on their own websites, they don't have the integrated database in the same way. So you have to know what you're going for when you go to them.
Mhm.
Say, oh, I want to knit something. I've got some DK weight yarn and I've got 1,100 yards. And what if other people knit with this weight yarn or sometimes even this exact yarn with about this much yarn, and you can get your ideas. I don't think there's any place else that does that.
Mhm.
That's what I use on Ravelry. I use my queue. I don't use my queue for what I'm going to knit.
No,
It's not my, I used to, I think I use my queue how someone might say it's your favorites, but I use it because I link yarns that I own with the project that I put into the queue. And then later on, when I'm thinking about that yarn, I can just pull it up and see everything I linked to it.
Mhm.
Quote in my queue.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I've got over 500 queued up patterns. I'm not going to knit those, but it's food for thought on yarn because I can't figure out how to do that on favorites.
I set up a different bundle for every yarn that I want to do, and then I put when I see something I think, oh, that'd be good in that yarn, then I save it to that bundle.
So would you be able to save that pattern to multiple yarn bundles?
Yes, you could do it. You could say that you can put things in more than one bundle.
Okay. Okay.
But
Because
kind of the same idea.
yeah, it is. It is.
It's always fun to go back maybe 6 or 8 months later and go, what was I thinking?
I'm thinking
I
I
would
do
throw that.
Ravelry all wrong.
Yeah.
You buy all the patterns, they put it out and I was like, oh, I need to buy that pattern. And now I'm like, nah, I don't mind paying full price 3 years later if I decide to,
Well, you just have to put it in your library for a while. That's all.
Yeah. So it just sits there. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've saved so much money that way.
Mhm.
I know. I buy patterns and whims and think, I could have just waited. I could have just saved it in my favorites and then bought it later.
When we were going to actually use it.
Luckily, Ravelry doesn't let you buy. Well, they'll let you buy it twice, but at least they warn you.
Yeah.
Second time when you this is in your library.
Yeah. Do you know that?
You're like,
No wonder I liked it. Yeah.
to know.
Well, I started your hat, Frank, your jollity,
Oh,
but
is
I haven't gotten very far for the Ladderback Jacquard thing. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh,
So here's the brim.
Oh,
Then
nice.
I'm going to look at your video before I attempt the Ladderback part.
interesting. You should mention that because I have the hat right here.
Good.
And the reason I have it is I started doing a new video this morning. Maybe I'll just go ahead and tell you about that.
Okay.
Um, I am I am doing this pattern that oh well, let me start by showing you the sweater that I'm working on. You remember the socks that I did that had the
Mhm.
graduated color change? Well, here is the beginning of the sweater that uses
Oh,
the technique.
Oh, how nice.
Pretty.
That's nice. Yeah.
Wow.
And the pattern for transitioning um, includes one line that is it requires a captured float. So let me quickly change to another viewpoint if I can, if it will work for me. Let's try this.
Ooh.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So here's the fabric, and there is one line. It's hard to see those colors. Oh, let's use this line here. Boy, the colors are not standing out much in the video. This 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 stitch that I'm pointing to is red. It's a different color than the orange around it. And the next time that's used is here. Those stitches are 8 stitches, 8 stitches apart. Well, there's 7 stitches between them. And so, and that's the only round that requires a captured float. And so I used Ladderback Jacquard for just one stitch. And I've done a video this morning that I'm publishing, I'm editing and getting ready to publish, which shows how to do that. You start the Ladderback Jacquard on one row, on the row where the color is, and then you end the Ladderback Jacquard on the very next row. So there is no ladder, actually. It's just a captured stitch. So here's what that looks like on the other side. This is the knitted stitch, and this is the knitted stitch, and this is the captured stitch. And the capture does not show at all on the front. There's
Oh, how
realize the
nice.
colors are so similar, they aren't standing out in this presentation at all, but there is no color peeking through like there would be if I had captured the stitch in the usual fashion. And so I'm just making a video saying it's okay to use Ladderback Jacquard just for one row or one round. And here's how you do it, and here's what it results in.
Very good.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Good job.
Yeah, it's a great technique.
I'm thrilled with it because I often do, when I do color work, I often have floats that are too long that I try to figure out what to do with, and now I know what to do with them.
Yeah, and it's really important if you are using a high contrast.
Yes, exactly. Like, well, I'll show you this. Here's the Jollity hat. I'll go back to that other view if I can get there again. Here's the Jollity hat that Maggie just said she's working on. And there's the ribbing that you've done. And the back side of it looks like this. With lots of ladders in black and ladders in yellow. And those are done with Ladderback Jacquard workings. But those, of course, are multiple rows, and so it makes a ladder. But when you do it, you start one row and end it on the next row. There is no ladder. It's just a single strand that happens to be captured.
That's amazing. No colors show through at all.
None at all. It's really amazing. In the video I did about Ladderback Jacquard, the long and very complete video, except it doesn't do this one thing that I'm doing this one video for. That video, I show the difference between doing that pattern with trapping floats the normal way or versus Ladderback Jacquard. And the floats show through, if it's just not pulled apart, they show through like 2 or 3 places between the patterns. But then if you pull it slightly apart, there's just the wrong color coming through all through the stitches.
Hmm.
And you start yours by picking up a stitch underneath, or how do you start yours?
Well, that the video shows all the ways you can do that, and there are multiple ways, but basically they all came down to the same thing. You bring the working yarn to the front, and then you do a make one and use the laddering yarn, the yarn that you're stranding on back to complete the make one. And you can use lots of different kinds of increases for that. And in the long video, I compare the use of different ones.
Yeah.
And I tend to use make one left because that's the easiest one for me to make and it's totally invisible.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I think the video that I made on Ladderback Jacquard is something like everything you ever wanted to know and more about Ladderback Jacquard. Because when I researched it online, I found there were every video did it differently. I mean, there was so many different variations. Some person said use this kind of increase, some said use that kind of increase, some said knit the stitch in back, some said purl the stitch in back, close off with a knit two together, close off with an SSK. I mean, so that all those variations have slight differences and some of them work better than others. So I compared them all in the lengthy video.
Wow.
Okay.
I like the way you think.
Mhm.
And thank you for doing all the work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. I enjoy exploring things like that. And I want to know what works best for me. And so once I find out, I say, this may or may not work best for you, but this is what I found. And the right way is whatever works best for you. That's always the case in knitting.
Right.
Okay, if you don't mind highlighting me and Wendell, yeah. Because I want to ask if this pattern would work with Ladderback. That's a Rowan on
Oh,
it.
that's a very cute sweater.
Oh, look at that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so I've just stared at it, but it's intarsia
Mhm.
In Tarja,
and it's knit, in pieces, so front and back, whatever.
I see. Yeah, you don't use Ladderback Jacquard with Intarsia. You use it for stranded knitting, stranded color work.
But see, I would think my intarsia would just be so sloppy around these edges. Well, I know it would be. So I was
So,
hoping there would be a way to convert this. Like, I don't want to do
Oh.
duplicate stitch. It'd be ugly for me.
All right.
It'd be ugly.
Oh, yeah, you might be able to convert that to stranded color work. I mean, you certainly could. And there probably would be places you would want to, you'd have strands that were too long.
I'm going to raise my hand.
All right.
So Frank put out a very nice video on how to add color to a stitch when doing intarsia, where you add the color, the stitch before you need to knit the new color.
Yeah.
That will stop any messiness in your intarsia. I would watch that video. That will 100% solve your problem.
Okay, so does it work when you do the row across? Life is good. You turn around, you're purling back, and you have to go past the new color, go a couple of stitches, and then pull up the new color and start it on the next row.
On that particular intarsia, I looked at it. That actually would be just knit the intarsia. Where the messiness comes in with intarsia is at the join of the new color.
Okay.
So as long as you're joining the new color, the stitch before you need the color, because of the way that Frank shows you in the video.
Okay.
It will solve any messiness going back and forth where you're doing your purl row. You're literally just going to purl and pattern.
I think, Sandra, you might be talking about if the next row is several stitches away from where the last row ended in that color. Is that right? So there would be a strand of yarn across. Is that what you're thinking?
So like if I knit across here,
Uh-huh.
so I went over and I started coming back and I stopped with the blue and I need to do 2 more stitches of cream past where I ended the blue.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a staggered shaping of
Right.
that, like the antlers and all and
Yeah.
stuff.
If it's
So,
just 2 stitches staggered, there's no problem. You just do it. But make sure you're doing intarsia correctly and always picking up the new yarn from beneath the old yarn so that they cross properly.
across.
That can be a problem if you end up with holes at the edges of your intarsia, it's because you're not linking the 2 yarns properly.
Okay. And I end up with one leg small. That's probably too tight. That's probably tension.
Oh, that's probably tension, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I've stared at that for 4 years. But I don't get 5 reindeer, you
Well, it
know.
looks like an awesome image, so yeah.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for something magical to happen. Yes. Because I could do it on a Phrancko crew neck and image right on there. I don't really want to knit it bottom up. I want to knit it
Well,
going
if you're
down.
going to do it on a Phrancko, you have to learn another technique, which is intarsia in the round.
Yeah,
I have an entire playlist on intarsia
yeah.
that is focused on that.
Is you shift the stitches back?
Do what?
You shift the stitches back like
Doing
on
it in the round? You'll have to watch the video. It's really complicated. There's no way I can describe it just
Mm.
in words. But I say complicated, but once you understand it, it's not hard to understand.
Okay. Well, even if I started out Phrancko flat, I mean in the round, once I got below the for sleeve separation, got down here, I could go flat.
You could
know.
go flat. Yes. Yeah, that's right. You could do the top in the round and then split the sides and put seams on the sides if you want to, and then do the front and the back flat. That would be a possibility. But it's more fun to do intarsia in the round. So watch my video.
And it will help you knit Argyle socks in the round.
Yeah, right.
It will. And it works. I've got a really cute pair that I made.
Okay.
And if Cindy were here, she'd be groaning over the Argyle at every mention.
Yes. Ah.
So who has something else to show us?
Here's my second sock.
Oh boy.
Oh, how nice.
So I
Very nice.
yeah, that heel's pretty good, that fish lip kiss heel.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would fit very well, but really it does.
Hmm.
So that's that. And here's my other, you guys haven't seen this, I don't think. Here's another cardigan I'm working on, tulipani. I think I have.
Oh, how nice. Look at
got to
that.
the-
That's a nice pattern.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got to the end of, there's one more decrease row, and then it's just this broken rib to the armpits, and then it's going to split for the front and the back. And then it's got set in sleeves or sewn in sleeves, I think.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So
Like-
that's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Are the sleeves shaped? Or is
Yeah,
it-
I think no, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are shaped. Here's the pattern. tulipanny.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, maybe not. They could be drop. Well, maybe they are just drop.
Okay.
I never read ahead. I don't know. I just go along and see what it says. That's not very smart. Maybe I don't really want to do that, but oh well.
Yeah, people often say you should read the pattern in advance, but I find it so confusing. You
Right.
can't tell what's
Mhm.
happening when it says knit so many stitches and blah blah blah. And then once you get confused, then it becomes boring.
Yeah.
Well, Sumner, did you finish your baby blanket and mail it off?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I even saw a baby almost throw up on it.
Oh.
Ah,
I'm like, well, it's washable. It's okay. Yeah, my nephew was very grateful for it.
Oh,
His wife was like, I can't even believe you did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very happy.
was it a secret?
Yeah, they had no idea it was coming.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Over the internet, and they had no idea.
yeah.
Well, most of our families don't watch this.
Right.
Yeah, they're not on Phrancko videos.
That's as much as we advocated to other people, you don't see them on here now.
And my nephew in particular.
Yeah.
He's I don't know, I guess he's like a project manager for a construction company. So he has a degree in project management, and his wife is engineer. I don't know, they're very smart people.
Project management, that sounds perfect for knitting.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yep, perfect for me.
He could probably get a project finished.
Yeah, yeah, he could probably get a project finished. He like, I don't know, I think he collects like handguns
Ah.
and stuff. But well, and it's funny, like, so he's very liberal, right? He's very much pro, like he's very liberal, just collects handguns. There's a lot of us liberals who appreciate the Second Amendment. So yeah. But he was very grateful, and he called with the baby all wrapped up in the blanket,
Uh-huh.
throwing up.
What are you going to knit somewhere what are you going to knit when baby number 2 comes along then?
Ah.
I don't know. I might just hurl myself off the balcony.
Some little hoodie Phrankos maybe?
Yeah.
Well, Wally, what are you working on?
I'm working on the bottom of the sweater. I'm on the ribbing.
Oh, let's see.
So where are we here? Oh, here we go. See? All the way down to the bottom.
Wow.
Oh, very
Nice.
nice.
Very good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Very good.
so sometime this week I'll start a sleeve.
Mm.
That looks like a nice woolly yarn. What is it?
Yeah, it's where are we? It's Valley Yarn, Northampton. It's 100% wool. It's from Webb's.
Nice.
It's dark green heather.
Very nice.
So,
Are you wearing a sweater that you knit?
yes.
Let's see
This,
that.
this is this is that French sweater I had for years. It was in French and we had to get it translated. So. Everybody knows about that aggravation.
Yeah.
We all worked through that with him.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
And that was 4 pieces, Sandra.
oh, it was. So you did a set-in sleeve?
Yeah. It was a back, back, front, and two sleeves. Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was a French book called Pigeon.
So
And,
what led you to have a French book of patterns?
Yeah, well, this was a magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, but they don't make them anymore. But some lady had it, and one of the ladies that knitted, her cousin was a Frenchman, so we sent it to him, and he translated it back into English to me.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was because we couldn't figure out how the rib stitch went, and it was a knit one below. That's why. So.
Oh, yeah, which would be hard to
Yeah.
understand in a foreign language.
Right. And they called it double knit, and none of us could figure out what the heck that meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was knit one below. So I'm going to make another one because I kind of like it, but I want to do it in the round. I want to see how it works. So
It is really nice.
yeah, I enjoy it. So you might as well wear things you make.
Right.
So you see the mistakes, no one else does. So
If they see the mistakes, they're too damn close.
yeah, that's right, Sumner.
Get out of my face.
Unless you really want them to be that close.
Right.
Then they
Yeah, it
should
was-
be a close enough friend not to comment on the sweater.
Yeah,
If they know what's good for them.
yeah. I've been invited to dinner tomorrow for corned beef and cabbage.
Oh boy.
So I made a sour cream apple cake. So
Mm.
bringing that.
Goodness.
But tomorrow morning I'm gonna make Irish soda bread. So
So Franklin Habit posted a soda bread. I'm not sure it's an Irish soda bread, but a soda bread recipe today.
really,
Yeah, I get his newsletter.
I haven't seen him online at all lately.
Instagram.
Is it? Oh, all right.
Almost. I don't think I've seen him on Facebook at all.
No, he hasn't
I
been
follow
on.
him on Patreon
Yeah.
and his newsletter and things. Anyway, the bread looked wonderful,
Ah.
but it's a recipe from the late 1800s, so it's a little. I mean, it seemed a little heavy in the butter.
The ones I had were a little heavy in the booze.
Well, that would improve them.
Right. We're soaking the raisins in bourbon. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, these raisins weren't soaked. Yours is definitely a better recipe.
Yeah.
Debbie, do you have something you'd like to show us?
I'm still working on my sister's cardigan. I ended up ripping out the whole bottom
Ah.
and redoing it because I had messed it up.
Oh.
So
Looks lovely.
It's nice though.
Thank you.
Yes.
yeah, much better this time.
How was it messed
So-
up? It looked nice last week when we saw it.
It looked nice, but then I found out that I had a couple of rows that weren't quite right.
Oh,
Oh.
I had lost some stitches along the way, so there's edges here that weren't lining up. This
Oh, I see.
carryover stitch
Yeah.
wasn't lining up all the way. So I just ripped it out and started again.
Sounds familiar.
Right, yeah.
do you do anything to recondition the yarn after you've already used it once? Or
I did not because I hadn't gone that far really.
I see.
So I didn't have any problem with the yarn at all.
It hadn't set too hard. I see.
No, because I only started it a few days before
All right.
I figured out I had screwed up.
I was told to roll it back up in a ball and put it in pantyhose and put it in the wash.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far. I've re-swifted the yarn and then kind of blocked it on the Swift to
Hmm.
to recondition it that way and just let it hang dry in a skein, like to make a skein out of it.
It stretches out.
Well, it doesn't stretch it. You want to do it relatively neat,
Yeah.
but you get all the kinks out, and then
Yeah.
you can just knit it again.
Yeah. I think if I had started it and then put it aside in frustration and dug it out in a month or so, I might have done that. But
Mm.
Yeah, that's good, like thrift store salvage yarn.
Yeah.
Here's my extra sleeves that I did too.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
So wide. It was
Well, that is a great color.
Yeah, that is
Mm.
that color is absolutely
It's like a
gorgeous.
cranberry.
it is gorgeous.
Yes.
and the Scout yarn, it's economical for a
Yeah, Scout's good. I love it.
Mhm.
What's the blend? Is it all wool or
I think it's all wool.
is it?
Yeah.
You could
Hang tight, I'll go get a skein for
you could make a hat out of that.
Mm.
Yeah. Ron has a pattern for a Star Trek hat using Scout. And he has Bird of Prey and the Klingon cube and the Star Trek symbol. I love it. It's my husband's favorite hat.
I should get that pattern from Ron and make one for my sister and her husband. They're
Mm.
huge Star Trek fans.
Aren't we all?
Well, yeah, but it's too hot for a hat in Arizona.
So this is Ron's hat. This is the hat.
Oh, that's
nice.
I
nice.
think I've seen that. I think my
Yeah.
daughter might have made that for her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, this
There you go.
This one of the reasons why I'm moving. There you go.
Very nice.
That is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it on his website.
Yeah.
Or actually, he has a Ravelry thing. You can get it on Ravelry.
What does that have to do with moving?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeding. I'm feeding the dog, but it's so warm right now. Chuck didn't bring his hat.
Oh.
But this is Scout,
Okay.
Mm.
and then there's the floats on the inside.
Mhm.
Oh, how nice.
Wait,
Mm.
there we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful job.
Beautiful.
Yeah, love that. He loves this hat.
Mm.
Of course, he has hair.
This is the skein, and the color is mulberry heather.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Beautiful.
That is, yeah.
And I think I have 2 skeins and a sleeve left over. So
You could make a vest.
oh, we're gonna be matchy if I make some. We first got married, I told him I would never wear a shirt where we were matchy. No, it took me like 13 or 14 years before I would wear something where we matched.
Still won't.
You still won't do it.
I don't like being matchy
No,
matchy.
we couldn't get matchy shirts.
I still want to make matching ugly Christmas sweaters.
No.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun
Frank,
to
how's
make
that
an ugly
sock you were
Christmas.
working on?
Well, it got put on hold while I'm working on the sweater
Oh, okay.
because the sweater, the yarn came for the sweater, and I want to do it.
Oh,
But I'll go back to it when I have more time because it's
yeah.
not for
Rendell's very
publication.
big on completing projects. Remember that.
Yeah, I'll try to remember that.
Yeah, Phrancko, we should have like an ugly Christmas sweater Phrancko knit along.
Oh, we should. Yes.
I didn't think there was an ugly Phrancko sweater.
Well, I bet we could design one. Well, first we have to start with acrylic yarn, of course,
Yeah.
in bright garish colors.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Oh,
That's what I'm reading about.
blocking.
I'm reading about it all.
Oh.
Speaking of bright, I can't believe how bright this sweater is going to be. You saw the red and orange together.
Mm.
Yeah, beautiful yarn.
And then when I get down to where the arms separate from the body, I'm going to switch to two other colors of yarn, which are blue and a mottled blue-green. So the tops, maybe it's going to be an ugly Christmas sweater. I don't know.
No, those are beautiful colors. And the wool.
But it's not ugly, the acrylic yarn.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. No, it's really beautiful Malabrigo Arroyo yarn.
Yeah, that's lovely. I was thinking, Sandra, of making those Rowan sweaters for Chuck and myself with the reindeer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cute.
Yeah,
And
that would be.
Arna and Carlos have some published Christmas sweaters in that same magazine.
They do.
Yeah, that have kind of oversized Norwegian motifs.
Yes, I've bought some of those.
Yeah,
My pattern buying phase.
so they'd be nice Christmas sweaters, but they'd still be matchy.
We'll just put some ornaments hanging from the antlers.
Yeah, you could duplicate stitch them in or embroider.
Well, I think I have overcome my aversion to matchy. I'd be okay. I'm almost okay with it. I could, like a Harley Davidson. I could do Harley Davidson match. It's different. Yeah, it's different. But not Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, with the big flowers and all, they're wonderful.
Yeah.
On you guys, yeah. But, well, we didn't hear from Jenny, Master Knitter Jenny.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, Jenny. I didn't mean to leave you out.
No,
I don't think we've heard from Susan either.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
I started my husband's cardigan,
Oh,
so I'm just doing the ribbing at the moment.
Oh,
for
how
my,
nice. Oh, that's nice. I like that color.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real thick too.
It's two strands held together.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm starting the two sleeves. I'm going to do the two sleeves first.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, because I'm working my way with how I'm going to get the cables to connect. But I'm just about finished the ribbing, so I'll start the color work tomorrow.
Yeah.
and what's that sweater you have on?
Oh, so this is a Phrancko. This one, it's an old. So I think it was my first Phrancko, or my second Phrancko, or my third. No, anyway, it was one of my Phrankos. Which I really love the fit, but what I didn't like that I won't do again is I did a moss stitch round the
V-neck?
the neck, yeah, and the cuffs. And I don't like that, but
You don't like
I'm not enough to undo it. But so I won't do that
Looks
again.
nice.
I think it looks nice. I don't know why you
Yeah.
don't like it.
I don't like it. Why don't I like? Because it doesn't always sit well. Once you've washed it, it doesn't sit as flat as a ribbing on the
All
V-neck,
right.
Yeah.
and the cuffs don't come in. I like my sleeve cuffs a bit tighter, and they don't come in. So anyway, it was a learning experience. I still wear it all the time, but it's I wouldn't do that again.
And on the sweater you're working on, the ribbing, what is that yarn?
So this is it's a recycled yarn. Hold on, let me go and get the.
Oh,
So the company is Woolcraft, and
Oh.
it's Esteem double knit, and it's recycled.
Oh, wow.
So it's a mixture of, it says on here somewhere, it's a mixture of acrylic, cotton, and polyester.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
an
it doesn't,
unusual mixture.
Yeah.
it is, it doesn't sound soft, but it is actually quite soft when you knit with it. And when I was doing my swatching beforehand, it blocks really nicely as well.
Oh,
Huh.
So,
Nice.
and it's very reasonably priced. So the whole cable cardigan for my husband is about £30 for the whole lot.
Oh, wow, that's
So,
great.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
wow.
yeah,
That's like
And that's-
$60.
that's yeah, and that's for 5, 10, 1,500 grams.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I haven't made anything with it before, but I saw it this is in my local shop that I do my knit and natter in. My local shop, she had it. So yeah, it's cool.
Good.
You got to help me out. Do your what?
Knit
Your-
and natter.
Do
What does
your
natter
what?
mean?
You got to help me out there. Jenny.
Unlike the other group that's called Balls and Banter.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So it's like a stitching bitch.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
I got you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
So Susan, did we hear from you?
Yes, we can hear from me. I'm supposed to be. I had set my goal for the day to seam the underarms on that VV sweater that I showed last week, but it's on a bias, and it's like I started the seam and it's just not going well. So I decided to start this really simple thing. It's called Feldspaar, FELDSPAR.
Oh,
Oh, how
That's
nice.
pretty.
Yeah,
the
so it's
ribbing.
going to be a cute little summer top, and the yarn is a mystery. My knitting group
Ooh,
got
that's nice.
a number of boxes of yarn from an estate that didn't sell, and so the person gave them to a friend of a friend, and this boxes of yarn have gotten passed on, and our group went through it and picked out all the stuff that any of us wanted, and the rest of us gone on to another source.
Yeah.
But it had no labels. Some of it was very nice yarn. The woman who'd owned it had some very lovely yarn. This one had no labels, and was all wound up, and so it's very hard to know what it was. It didn't burn like a wool, so it's some kind of and it didn't burn like an acrylic, so it's some kind of a plant-based yarn. Feels like a cottony linen-y thing, and so I figured something a little top like this that doesn't really have much shaping will be just fine for it.
There you go.
And it's just, it's kind of mindless, so I don't have to, except I'm sitting here thinking, well, I said I'd have that sweater done today. And yeah, it'll be tomorrow. Maybe. I'm hopeful.
We're not checking off homework.
No, we
Yeah.
don't check homework.
The bias is so cute, but seaming it is
It
just,
is.
yeah.
Love that on the bias thing.
Yeah, I like bias stuff too.
This yarn is a mystery. I know it's something that sells patterns,
Oh, wow.
and I don't care. I love it.
Pretty, yeah.
Huh?
Lovely.
Wow.
It looks like one of those Regia pad things.
Yeah,
aren't
right.
they?
Yeah.
Something like that. I know that it's 100% merino just by its feel. But it's soft yarn, so there's probably 20% nylon. So yeah, it's like merino nylon. And then I have this to go with it,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. That's what I'm waiting on moving and packing and all that. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
When is your move date?
The 5th of April.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Oh, it's
So
Yeah.
coming up quick.
are you doing your own packing?
I'm doing my own packing, and the movers will come on Saturday the 5th. They are doing my lifting.
Well, I think that just about does it for today. And it was another wonderful meeting with you all. I love seeing you every week, and I'll see you again next week, I hope.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Now watch
right.
that
Have a good
video.
Take it
week.
easy,
Have a good
everyone. Have a nice
Bye.
week. Happy
Bye.
St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay